Welcome to the recap of Pioneering into New Frontiers, the School Library Hangout from November. The first site that we talked about is SiteLighter.com. SiteLighter is a great tool for research and bibliographies. When you log on to the SiteLighter page, you can sign up for an account by clicking here, or you can log in using Facebook, LinkedIn, or a previously created account. When you first create a SiteLighter account, it will ask you to download the SiteLighter applet. When you do, it will show up in the top right-hand corner of your screen, and it looks like a little highlighter. By clicking the little highlighter, you reveal the SiteLighter toolbar, and that can be toggled on and off. I'll leave it on for now. When you get to your login landing page, you can create projects. This is just to help you organize the different sites that you curate. You can add a project name. You can toggle on and off the send reminder button, and that will ask you for the date that the project is due. And it will actually send you an email close to that date saying this project is about to be due, which is pretty snazzy for the students. So I'm going to work off of this project that I've already started, and I'm calling Dominican Republic. Say that we're on a page on the website. I'm on a CIA.gov website about the Dominican Republic, and we find some information that we want to hold on to for a paper we're writing or a project we're doing. When we're logged into SiteLighter and we have the toolbar toggled on, we can go ahead and highlight text. Say that's what I want to remember. On my toggle bar, I want to select a project, and now I can capture here as well. And it's saving to my SiteLighter project page. If I'd like to edit the citation, I can. It pulls as much information from the web page as it can, but as with any web tool, you have to check it. So you can check your information here. You can add what you need to add. And you can also add comments to the quote. So I can add that this is DR economy. And then you save the citation. Going back to our SiteLighter page and opening up that project, we now see that the citation we just made shows up here, complete with our comments. If we'd like to add more comments, we can. The other nice thing about SiteLighter is as we highlight and add citations, it will create a bibliography for us based on the information that you saw on the previous page. The second site we talked about was a storytelling site called MapSkip. It's found at mapskip.com. And when we open MapSkip, even before we log in, we'll see a Google map. And on that map, eventually, will be hands. Now, one caveat to using MapSkip is that it does take a while to load, so it's probably not the best choice if you have bandwidth issues. Once it does load, as this has, we see a bunch of hands throughout the map. Each hand has a story associated with it. By clicking the hand, we can see the story. Not only are the stories in print, but we can also look at pictures associated with that story. Here's one that's a science-based story, and the story is the temperate deciduous forest. I believe there are some pictures. No pictures on this one. And we can see who made the story as well. There are also tutorials on the side of MapSkip for as long as you'd like them there. You can also toggle them off if they're in the way. When you first start using MapSkip, you can create an account. And you can actually create student and teacher accounts, which is a nice feature for using this with students. I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. When we log in, we have the additional option of My Passport. By going to My Passport, we can look at the places we've marked, the stories that we've written, the photos that we've uploaded, and the comments we've written. And as soon as we mark on the map, it will be recorded into My Passport. You can also look up stories by subject or just by reading through them. You can also add places on MapSkip by clicking on the map and then filling in your story. Sorry, I forgot to add that before. The last site we talked about was a graphic organizing or mind mapping site called Coggle. This can be found at coggle.it. Kaggle is actually linked to Gmail, so if you're logged into your Gmail or Google Plus account, you'll be logged into Kaggle as well. And a lot of the features are very similar. Once you're logged into Kaggle, you can create a new topic by clicking the Create button. You've got a blank page, and you can put your main subject here. So let's say we're doing the same project as we talked about earlier on the Dominican Republic. We can click on either side of the topic to add subtopics. So let's say we want to talk about the economy. We want to talk about history. We can continue adding as many of these subtopics as we'd like. And from each subtopic, we can add more subtopics. And we can move these around however we'd like by clicking and dragging. On the help menu are also key commands, shortcuts, and some information about Kaggle. Just like Google Docs, Kaggle saves automatically, but you can look at your revision history if you need to go back. You can add images to Kaggle as well. You can drag and drop them on the page, or you can add them as described on the help menu. You can also collaborate on Kaggle, so you can share just as you would share a Google document. Multiple people can have the Kaggle open at the same time and be working on it. And if that happens, you can chat with the other people editing the document at the same time. When you're done with your Kaggle and you want to move on to the next step, you can download it as a PDF or an image file. When you want to get out of your Kaggle and go to a new Kaggle, simply click on the Kaggle button at the top left. Here's a Kaggle that I created for an example for a high school English class. You could have students create questions and have those be the subheadings, and then each subheading could be added to by the students. The next topic we discussed in this Hangout was why should we be looking for tech tools? And the answer is in this one beautiful quotation by a student that I work with. She said, "I can follow directions, but I don't like doing things in a straight line." So what do we do when we're looking for tech tools? Where do we start? To answer these questions, I've put together a short list, and I'm calling it Angie's Other List. Number 1, free is my favorite flavor. Only pay if you can't get it or something like it for free. For example, SiteLighter. There are other sites that will offer you similar services for a dollar amount. Definitely look for the free sites first, and if you really can't find anything else, then pay. Number 2, Tinker. Try new sites, play around with them. All 3 of these sites were sites that I stumbled upon while planning this Hangout, and I just played around with them. I created an account, I deleted the accounts of ones that I didn't like, which takes us to number 3. Keep a list of logins and passwords. This one's really just for your own sanity. 4. Definitely show what you know. If you learn a new tech tool, post it on the Facebook page, tweet it. Hashtag TLChat is always a good one to share your library knowledge. And number 5, follow your leaders when you're not forging your own paths. And a good place to start is 1,000 plus free tech tools from elearningindustries.com. That's actually where I got a lot of the sites from this Hangout. You can see there are plenty to choose from. I hope you've enjoyed the Hangout recap. Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, go ahead and like our Facebook page. It's Mansfield University School Library and Information Technologies Department. You can follow us on Twitter or tweet about your MU experience with hashtag MULibSci. Or if you have a specific question for me, you can contact me with the information provided. Have a nice day.